Alright, so we move on to race 7 here over 1200 metres, which is the Fontaine quality, which should be called the no looking back quality, if you ask me. Disgraceful decision quite a few years ago. No looking back won the Magic Millions, and the stablemate from Gay Waterhouse stable protested Fontaine, and somehow, God knows how, it got upheld and cost me a lot of money. I picked her out, no looking back, from her very first trial and backed her in from, I think, $21 all the way in, and had a pretty big collect, and got robbed. So
you weren't happy with that.
I was, and it did make it worse that we had all the fellas in the Fontaine thing starting to chant out the back, and they were very, very lucky boys, that's to be sure. So, we won't draw on that all day. We'll start crying and raging and, going off. So, anyway, we'll move on. Try and move on.
One of our great racing stories. That we could write a book
about it.
We might be having another thing one day with easy racing stories. We've got some.
We've got plenty of those, for sure. But, I made this horse my best of the day a couple of weeks ago, and duly saluted number 4 slots. Can't believe it's not favourite, $6.50. Only concerns dropping back from $13.50 to $12.00, so it comes back 150 metres in trip. But I don't think it'll worry. This horse is absolutely flying, still relatively well in at the weights, and I think if it gets any luck and gets a right run, its turn of foot's just too good for these. Like you were just saying with Plateau Gold in the previous race, some horses run good on days. Certain days they peak on the day, which I think is the case for number 9, My Way of the Highway. Johnny Walksdale, $15. Won the next race that we'll preview, the Vaux Road Plate, last year at around 100 to 1. I think some places had it even longer, 150. Some places had 200. I heard big upset on an absolutely bottomless bog track. People were saying, "What's this horse coming through?" Quick funny story. I was at the Helensvale Tavern on the way to work, waiting for a bus, and wasn't drinking or anything, I promise, before work, but having a few little bets, and fella next to me just kept going for roughies, and he had $2 each way on this horse, and the next race at Adelaide, $2 each way, something won at 35 to 1 as well. So he cleaned up about $300-400 off, I think $15-16 within about 10 minutes. So he was cheering. He's like, he's saying, "Oh, he wants a beer," he wanted shouting at everyone, and would have taken him up on the off roof. I wasn't on my way to work, but anyway. He won the race last year. $15, Take On Trust. Like I say, Johnny Walker, I think he's got a potential to have a really good day here. In for third here, I don't think this horse has a jockey nominated here, number 10, Tina Molina, but this horse, its win last start, it absolutely descended on them. Jeez, it exploded. Yes, it was a heavy track, which probably helped, but I remember the start before, it was absolutely hopeless out of the gates. It was forced a barrier trial again, and it showed what it can do last start. It was explosive, dynamic, big win. Whether it can do it two races in a row, I'm not sure, because it can be inconsistent. And number 8, Court Martial Miss, in for 4th. I think it won 3 in a row, and then took on the boys last start and ran a really good second, back to her own sex here. I think she's really good chance, and for me, Slots goes on top, one of the better bets again. I think if you go each way, you can't lose here. So 4, 9, 10 and 8.
Nice. I love horses that win at certain times of the year, proven formula, so I'm going to go number 9, My Way of the Highway. And it hasn't been doing anything wrong this prep. It's won 2 from 3 this prep. Won on this day last year in my opinion, a stronger race at the time. She's a good mare. I think is the one to beat. I'm going to go number 1, Tuki, is it? Tokyo?
From
Tokyo.
John Dan.
She's a great mare. I'm not worried about the 59 actually. I'm happy with the barrier too. I think that's I've said it. And she's $12. She's a super mare. Great little money earner. Tina Molina for third, like I said, no jockey, as Dan said. So whether that could mean it could come out, because usually Tony puts jockeys on.
No, that's right.
So it could be a lead. But if he does run, definitely got to be. And one that he actually has put on Tony, he's put Jimmy Byrne on number 12, Snake Charmer.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it's having its first run for Tony.
Yeah.
So that could be a lead there that Tina Molina isn't running. So just expect to run a nice race. First up for Tony, he's really improving some horses, different environments.
Former South Australian horse, was it?
It's in the Ultra Tune colours. I think it was. I think he had a couple of runs in Sydney. I'm pretty sure. Last prep done no good. Snake Charmer.
Yeah, very familiar colours those ones.
Yeah,
so.
famous Ultra Racing.
Yeah.
Sean Buckley. Sean Buckley. Yeah, of course. So I doubt myself there. So yeah, but we'll go number 9 to win and make it 2 years in a row. On this day. Now the next race, the horse. This race won the Bow Road Plate last year. Great race.
Yeah.
Named after a Queensland legend.
One of our favourite horses. Good old Vo. The old front running horse. Partnered famously by good old Cyril Small. Love you, Cyril. Mate, you still haven't got back to us, Cyril. We want you right here on our show. We'll get you a comfy seat, mate. Like, whatever you like, we'll accommodate you. We want to hear some stories about this horse.
He has a return.
Yeah.
Surely, I saw him at Trackworth the other day.
Yeah.
And he's turning up every day, still riding Trackworth at his age.
Give him an invite, mate. Say, come and join Winning Easy with the next big thing.
I'm going to chat to him. I will, but I'm sure everyone's heard of Winning Easy by now, hopefully. So, but yeah, I have to admit, pretty disappointed. I don't know, he might be wanting a bit of coins.
Yeah.
So, we can't offer that.
No. We'll tip him some winners anyway, see if they can,
They can't bet.
Well, there'd probably be a way around it for him, so...
we're getting the good rides.
That's it. So, we'll play manager duties for him or something, get him on some superstars, so I'm sure he'll boot him home, good old Cyril. He's still in fine form, so... But, so this is a good race. Vero Plate, sticking like glue here, guys. This horse again, just done absolutely nothing wrong. Number 8 here, Priv Larker, probably getting sick of me saying this horse's name. Ran a really credible 4th first up at around $15. I know we don't get paid for 4th, but again, second up, it was around about the same price. I think we got $3.60 or something last start the place. So horse is really flying. I think 3rd up now, really ready to peak. Just didn't have that killer instinct last start, and like I say, I really think this is a race for him. And $9 again, so you're getting a really nice each way price. So Privilaka on top. Number 15, Egyptian Symbol, the New South Wales visitor, Bjorn Baker, good trainer. Horse has won 2 out of its last 3. $3.50. Do you want to be taking that? Big field. Not for me personally. Glennie Schofield come up to ride. Glenn's still riding up a storm. He's still got it. Nice little roughie here in for 3rd. Number 3, Real Good at $26. Now, this horse was real good last start actually. I think he ran a nice 3rd. This is much harder, but a very lightly raced. So I think he's had 10 starts, a win, and 5 placings. So it's always there or thereabouts. This is for sure. Excuse me. This is for sure its hardest test to date. But you've got to have a throw up the stumps, and I like horses in good form, even if it is in weaker races. And number 9, Always Sacred, another one from the Toby Edmonds stable, $12. This horse could easily win, and Toby could be having a field day. So for me, going 8, Priv Larker on top to beat 15, 3 and 9.
Yeah, sort of similar numbers. I'm very surprised, and there's been no money for him. He just keeps drifting. So if that's a lead, but I'm going number 3, real good.
Nice,
I think I'm surprised at the odds. Like I said, there is no money, but Michael Cullen, they took him down to race some Cup Day at Flemington. I thought his run was satisfactory, and then he ran a nice 3rd the other day instead of a weaker race. But if you go back to his last prep, he's got form around some Wicked at 10. He's got a horse around Mistral Thief, Wackham. Horses with a lot of ability. And I think, he's over the odds for sure.
Completely
Definitely
agree.
over the odds.
Yep.
I personally would like to see him they ride just a bit quieter.
Agree.
From
So,
barrier 10.
yeah.
I think, if they use him up, I think personally he might be looking for even 14.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see him just ride a bit quieter and hit the line.
Yeah.
And I think if they do that, I think he'll be riding the finish for sure. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
To beat number 8, Privlaka.
Yeah.
My best bet the other week, ran third. Just like I said, $9 again. People just aren't really, it's just an honest horse. Knocking on the door, it's overdue, but I just think Real Good can beat it. So I'm going to put them for second. Shot Across the Bow for third. It's got real good form last prep, and it won first up. And Bradley Stewart's on, who is riding sensational. This is a guy who, honestly, Bradley, if you keep your head switched on, mate, you are just amazing rider.
Yeah.
And he looks really focused lately.
Yes.
And he's riding.
He's really got his eye in, doesn't he?
He's
I think with, like you say, with Bradley, one thing is as harsh as it sounds, he doesn't use his brain a lot. He doesn't tend to think through races. He goes out with a plan, and he doesn't have a plan B. And he just, like you say, he looks really in the zone at the moment, and he's as strong as an ox too. He can really drive them, and he's got that great affiliation with the Les Ross stable. He's been flying as well, so great rider. He's up there with the best any day, Bradley Stewart. He just, like you say, it's all between here for him. But
best rider in Queensland when he's on.
Oh, for sure. I completely agree.
By lengths.
Yep, completely agree.
By lengths.
Yep.
He is the difference between winning and losing.
Yep.
And he can match it with anyone. Bradley, I'd really like to see, because he really hasn't taken his talent to the next level through, I think, his own choice. So he should be riding every single carnival around Australia, because he's a gun rider. But so him for third, Shot Across Bow, and number 15, fourth, the one you said the favourite.
Symbol.
So I don't want to be taking the price, but its record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And Bjorn's stable's firing, so. It should be in the finish.
A lot of upside.
But I just think we've got similar numbers, so we're going by that. We think there's only a few chances, but I'll go Real Good at the odds.
I really like that horse at nice price as well. So move on to the lucky last here. It's over 1,300 metres. The Goldmarket. Another one, very, very confident here, guys. Number 13, Backman from Gerald Ryan stable. This horse drew on absolutely sweet in barrier 6. Really, really like that draw. Karen McAvoy to ride. Karen, world class rider. He's $5 at the moment. Wish he was bigger odds, but it's $5 is still a really, really nice price. I think this horse will win. If you've seen its first up win last start, it was sensational.
Great.
He was looking for runs. He found a gap and, he exploded.
61 on his back as well.
Exactly right, and he's got an absolute stack of ability, this horse. Hasn't put it together, but I think he's gone bang, the penny's dropped, and I think he'll win again. I can't see this horse getting beat, to be honest with even luck. I don't think any of these horses have the same turn of foot as him. He goes on top, number 13, Backman, one of the best bets of the day as well for me. Number 5, Real Surreal, goes in for second. Gave this horse a really good push first up. Ran a really, really good second. Sure to improve as well. Currently $12. Whether you look at it as that run might have taken something out of it, or whether it will improve it, you kind of have to make your own mind up there. I think the market's a good guide.
Barrier 20.
That's the other thing as well. And you have this horse, when there's money, no matter what, it always runs well, and when there's no money, it doesn't seem to go too well. So that horse goes in for second. Our mate from the other day, number 9, Jopar, goes in for third. $9. For me, I think he's, like we said, all the reasons why we highlighted. He's a first up specialist. He's a wet track specialist. He doesn't usually go as good second up, and he doesn't usually go as good on the firmer tracks. So for that reason, I've only got him in for third. And won it here at 50 to 1, guys. I think is really, really good odds. I gave it a good push last start, but it missed a start by 7 lengths. It was race over. Number 8, Daffodil. This horse is more honest than what you see. Like I say, forget last start. It was very, very fresh. As the gates opened, he reared up and he missed it horribly. So put a line through that run and forgive. And definitely including your first four because this horse is better than that, and he's got good ability on his day. So for me though, Backman, I think he's absolutely sensational price. I think I think he'll just win. To be honest, I think he's too good. I think his turn of foot is much superior than the rest. So 13, 5, 9, 8.
Nice. I think it's a race with only a couple of chances. The odds sway me. I love roughies and sort of based on the odds. I'm going to go, and that's probably swayed me. If it was shorter, probably, but number 14, Pillar of Creation. I thought he ran a really good. Gave me a good sort of push the other week at first. I thought he ran a cheeky race, and I thought he did. He didn't let me down. He ran 5th. You know what I mean? Like when I said he didn't let me down, is that he ranked up to my expectations for that race over an unsuitable journey. He improved second up. He's looking for this distance. He's got barrier 3. A lot of ticks for me. And if you go back last prep, he was just knocking the door. He hasn't won for a while. Clear with that, but I just think that at the odds with the run he's going to get, I expect him. People say he's back mark, he'll need a bit of luck, but I think there'll be plenty of speed in this race. Gold markets, they usually run this flat out. And that's why my selections are based on that. Horses to be hitting the line. So I'm going to go him at the odds. Listen, you get $9 a place a moment. I think he's going to be right on the finish. To beat Backman, very close putting on top. Like I said, maybe Pillar Creation was maybe 10 points shorter. Probably would have switched, but he's first up win the other day. It was amazing what Gelding can do. And Gerald said he's going to keep him as a sprinter. They tried to get into the Derby trip last time, and you just take away that brilliant turn of foot we showed.
It was sensational. If you get a chance, guys, try and find it and have a look, because like you say, that it was blistering. That acceleration, only good horses have that. So
I just think, I mean, like if he wins, I won't be angry because he's torn over. And I think he, just going to come back, have a really good career now. Now the gelding operation's been performed. Number 15, Balagari from the Lloyd Kenner Royal Stable. South Australian. Lloyd's got a great record in bring horses to Queensland. He won the Matchman's 3-year-old De Heroes. He had good success during the Winter Carnival. This horse ran second the other week in the list race now behind Lord Aspen, who I have a big opinion of. And he hasn't brought up here for nothing.
Well, what price would Lord Aspen be in this race? Probably close to odds on, really.
He'd be favourite for sure. I mean, definitely be favourite. He really attacked the line last start, really good. So he's going to do the same thing here. Don't worry about this way of going. He's raced here, so that's not an issue. So I expect him. I probably thought that maybe he might just be looking for a bit further than 13, but I still expect there'll be plenty of pace. That's what I'm basing my things on. And number 5, he said, Real Surreal. 4th, barrier 20.
Need a lot of luck.
Need a great rock and Carl, but I say they'll probably have to snag her and just ride the luck. And all based on massive speed, I think it will be, and we'll go for some roughies. So 14, 13, 15, 5 there for the last guy. Alright,
so the weather in Sydney, guys, we're not 100% sure what it's going to do at the moment. I think on Wednesday, still rated as a heavy track. If it finds up, what I've done anyway, I've hedged my bets for you guys. So if they do get some rain and it comes up as a heavy track, I've got a best bet for you. If it dries out and it's a good track, or sort of no worse than a soft, sort of, like good 4 track, I've got a best bet for you as well. So our heavy tracker best of the day at Randwick is race 3, number 4, Sabrina. Bjorn Baker, Brenton Avdulla to ride. It's only $3.20, which isn't a really super price. I would have liked to have found you something better, but I think it's only a 6 or 7 horse race. It's 2,000 metres. The second favourite in the race is Janud, over 2,000 metres on a heavy track, and I think she gets 5 kilos off him or 6 kilos off him. So this is her race. There'll be no speed. She can go straight to the front, lead, kick. If it's a heavy track, I'm telling you now, she'll smash them. She'll win, and she'll win easy. If it does dry out, probably not so confident on it, even though there's not much chop for her rivals there. But
it's very poor summer cut field, isn't it?
It's. Well, I was going to say disgusting,
that's a word.
Yeah, it's poor. I think there's 7 runners or something.
And I think one of the things that's got reason is reducing it from 2,400 to 2,000 metres.
Well, that's right. You're not getting that true stay.
Yeah, why would you do that? But anyway, yeah, sort of butting this.
Yeah, mate. No, and so if the track does dry out though, and it's sort of good for you go race 5, number 5 progressive. Now I made him my best the other week. He was scratched. Not sure if there was a problem there or what happened, but like I say, his horse has won its last 2 starts. Its win was sensational last start, diving back to the inside. The form hasn't been that well. The horse that it beat, Miss Denny, only went okay the other day, I think, at Canterbury. So that's a bit of a worry, but $5.50, just smash into that each way. Brenton Avdulla also to ride for John O'Shea, the Godolphin stable. So either way, Brenton will be getting us the cash at Randwick. If it's heavy, race 3, number 4, Sabrina. If it dries out, race 5, number 5, progressive.
And you got a roughie for the day?
Yeah, roughie the day was ongoing venture. Yeah, race 5, 1800 metres, number 10, $34.
Yeah. I'll also say, why we got a race called the Canterbury Classic run at Randwick? Can anyone tell me that? Like, why are we not running that at Canterbury? A time on a sprint race and we're running at Randwick. Like, some of these changes at the ATC and Racing New South Wales, making distances and running different menus, like, you're taking away tradition, which I hate.
Yeah.
You keep ruining it, mate. Disgraceful. Best bit of the day, I was focusing on the Gold Coast, Jumbo Prince.
Yep.
Should just win, I think, yeah. And the roughie, real good.
Yeah.
At 26 is real good.
Big
for sure, really think. Yeah, I'm feeling actually quite confident on Saturdays. Yeah. I think between us we'll have a good day.
Yeah, I agree.
It's good to be back together, I said last week. And like I said, Dan's been, since we started winning easy, we're both returning profits, but Dan's pulling the lead there. He's given us my turn to catch up.
Yeah.
There's one more thing I was going to say. We're going to shout out to any of our fans. We're going to shout out to any of our loyal fans.
Well, we'll see. We don't. Well, if you want us to name you, then send us a message. And because we don't know if if we don't want to get you in trouble with missus or whatever, if you're not allowed to have a bet or with other people or so. If you want us to give you a shout out, guys, you know who you are. There's sort of a half dozen of you. They're our diehard fans. If you want us to give you a shout out, by all means we will. It won't be a problem. It'll be our honour. You guys are you ones are the backbone for us and the ones who've been our supporters. So if you want us, send us a message
with a topic to talk about.
Yeah.
This is what we want. We also want to be a forum.
Yeah.
Like I said, my opinions and. Like I said, we won't hold back under the legal loophole. We'll tell like it is, especially this guy. He'll tell like it is. Yeah. So so definitely message. Come on, next week. Next week.
Who wants to come on winning easy? Come on,
next week.
Join us.
Next week. Yeah. Get here. Send us a message, and you'll get your name on winning easy, and then you look back in years to come and be. Be that first person.
Yeah.
The first person.
Yeah, it'd be something to brag about, I'll tell you.
Where is Cyril as well, mate? Yeah. Because, Cyril, we need you here, mate. Yeah. We need you here. 2 weeks of Magic Moves, mate. You're still trying to get rides for the day.
Yeah.
This is your best chance. Alright, well, time's up, I think, so we better say goodbye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys, and Happy New Year as well. So, but make sure you stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't be a bloody idiot. Be safe, be happy, but be responsible. And thanks for your support and take it easy, guys.
See you guys. See you next week.